Hello students, hope all of you are fine. Welcome to your geography class. Today we will read unit number 3, natural resources and issue of sustainability, water. Students, resources are defined as a means of meeting a need, particularly an economic or social need of the people. The term usually refers to natural resources like land, water, air. Natural resources are largely unchanged materials of the land that are valuable to people and used in a variety of ways. Natural resources can be described as renewable or non renewable. Renewable, capable of being used repeatedly, or non renewable, that cannot be renewed. Renewable resources can be recycled or reused, provided they are managed with care, they will not run out. Non renewable natural resources occur in limited quantity, and if their use continues, they will run out like fossil fuels and minerals. As we are going to discuss about water. Students, without rivers, Pakistan would be a barren land. The value of rivers for Pakistan is very much important. There are two river systems in Pakistan. One, the Indus system. Two, rivers of Balochistan. If we talk about the Indus system, Indus is the largest river of Pakistan. River Indus flows in the center of our country. Our country is also known as the basin of River Indus and its eastern and western tributaries. After originating from the northern slopes of Kailash Range, which is situated near the province of Tibet, China, it flows northwestwards through Tibet and Ladakh. It flows a long and nearly straight course in Ladakh, running between the Ladakh Range and Zaskar Range. Here, the gradient of the river is quite gentle, about 30 centimeter per kilometer. The Shek and the Gilgit are its important high bank tributaries, and the Zaskar on its left bank tributary. After crossing the Himalayas through a very deep gorge, 5181 meters at Bunji north of the Nanga Parbat, it turns to the southwest and enters Pakistan. Like the other rivers having their sources in the trans-Himalayan regions, it has developed antecedent drainage in Jammu and Kashmir Strait. It leaves the mountains at Attock and flows roughly southwards until it falls into the Arabian area near Karachi. It has a length of 2,897 kilometers or 1,800 miles from its source to the Arabian Sea. Eastern tributaries of Indus: Satluj, Beas, Ravi, Chenab, Jhelum are the main eastern tributaries of river Indus. All these rivers, after originating from Himalayas mountain and passing through the areas of Kashmir, enter into the territory of Pakistan. The river Beas joins Satluj River Chenab and Jhelum after passing the areas of Punjab in Pakistan, join at a place known as Panjnad. After merging at the place, they join collectively in the river Indus at Mithankot. The rivers are of immense value for us because all these rivers come from such high mountains which receive heavy rainfall during the months of summer, and there is heavy snowfall during the winter months. Thus, during summer months, due to heavy rainfall and melting of snow on these mountains, a huge quantity of water is available in these rivers, which is used for a number of purposes. According to Indus Basin Treaty, the rights of Satluj, Beas, and Ravi have been given over to India, and we can use the water of Chenab, Jhelum, and Indus only. The western tributaries of Indus. The western tributaries of River Indus are River Swat, Panchkora, Kunar, Kabul, Tochi, Karam, Gomal, Bulan, etc. The River Swat, Panchkora, Kunar, originating from northeastern Himalayas, and its branch Karakoram passing from the areas of NWFP, join Indus near Attock. Similarly, River Kabul coming from the mountains of Afghanistan and passing through Khyber Pass enters in Pakistan. After flowing into Peshawar Valley, joins into River Indus near Akora Khatak. Besides River Tochi, Karam, Gomal, Bulan coming from Hindu Kush, Suleiman mountain passing through the passes of Tochi, Karam and Bulan join the Indus from the western side. These rivers have enough supply of water during summer due to the melting of snow and sufficient amount of rainfall during these months. In winter, the water in these rivers get very low as these rivers mostly pass through the valleys, which are generally the fertile areas of NWFP and Balochistan provinces. River Indus begins to build its delta near Thatta, Sindh. The delta covers about 125 square miles of land up to the coastal strip. Here its speed becomes very slow. It becomes difficult for it to get its way, and after distributing itself into a number of branches, its water joins with the water of the Arabian Sea. Rivers of Balochistan. River Bulan and its tributaries Zob, Kondar, Loralai, Karachi, and Mola join the Indus system, while the rivers flowing southward, such as the Hab, Parali, Hangol, drain to the Arabian Sea near Karachi. Besides these rivers flowing west or southwest, such as Pishin Lora, the Badu, and the Rakshan, fall into the shallow depression or lake Homane Mashal. These rivers generally flow only during the rainy season. Importance of rivers. All the rivers of our country, including Indus and its eastern and western tributaries, are of vital importance for us as most of our country has been built with the alluvial soil brought by these rivers. Nowadays, every year these rivers bring 1,000 tons of sediment with them and spread it in plain areas. These rivers bring a large quantity of organic and inorganic matters with them, which increases the fertility of the soil. That is why the soils of the plain areas of our country are considered more productive. A large amount of water comes in our rivers, especially in summer. We use this water for a number of purposes. As the rainfall in our country is not sufficient for our agricultural requirements, so a number of canals have been taken out from these rivers for agricultural or irrigational purposes. Agricultural activities are not possible without the availability of irrigational facilities which are being provided by the rivers. Besides getting water for irrigational purposes, a huge amount of hydroelectricity is obtained from the various rivers such as at Tarbela on Indus, at Mangla on Jhelum, at Warsak on Kabul, etc. In some areas of our country, the water of rivers is used for drinking purposes. A large number of fish are caught in various rivers, lakes, dams, which fulfill the food requirements of our people. Thus, we can say that the progress and development of our country depends on the water of rivers, without which our country would be a part of desert. Irrigation in Pakistan. The climate of Pakistan is hot and dry in summer, and the winter remains cold and arid. The average annual rainfall of the country is less than 20 inches, although some hilly and pediment areas have sufficient amount of rainfall, but most of the areas of our country have an average rainfall between 5 to 10 annually. Such amount of rainfall is insufficient for agricultural activities. This rain falls mostly during summer, particular months. No one can be sure about the time or the quantity of rain. Sometimes the quantity of rain becomes very meager and many areas remains dry. Thus, in such circumstances, adoption of some artificial methods of irrigation is essential to ensure progressive agricultural activities. Although a number of artificial means of irrigation in various areas of our country are being used since ancient times, yet at present canal and tube wells are the two main modern means of artificial irrigation in practice in our country. Means of irrigation in Pakistan. The following means of irrigation are under practice in various areas of our country. Wells or tube wells. This is one of the oldest methods of irrigation which is being used for from ancient times in our country. Well, irrigation is quite common in pediment areas of northeastern mountains and in the vicinity of vicinity of rivers where the water table is high. They are found all over the plain where canal water is not available and water table is high enough for their construction. Many shallow wells are dug by hand in areas where the water table is not far below the surface of the earth. The water is then lifted by charsa or Persian wheels driven by oxen or camels. In areas where the water table is low and cheap electric power is available, tube wells are used. Due to shortage of canal irrigation water, government is encouraging the farmers to sink more and more tube wells. In 1996 to 1997, 5,123 tube wells were installed and the water available from these tube wells was 1 lakh 2,081 millions acre feet. Canals. Irrigation from rivers is an ancient practice. It was being carried before the birth of Christ in various areas of our country, but the modern system of large parallel canals was introduced by the British. The first modern canal in Punjab was opened in 1859. It was taken out from River Ravi at Madhupur, Gurdaspur district, India. After that, a number of canals have been taken out from various rivers, and our country has got one of the most excellent systems of irrigation in the world. The canals found in our country may be divided into following types. Perennial canals. Those canals which supply water to their commanded areas throughout the year are known as perennial canals. To regulate the supply, dams and barrages have been built. Most of the canals of our country are of this type. Non-perennial canals. Such canals run only during the summer and the rainy season. They are closed down during winter months when there is not enough water in the rivers. Some of the canals from Satluj, the the Sindhai canals from Ravi and Haveli canals from Chenab are of this type. Only one crop can be harvested in the commanded areas of such types of canals. Inundation or flood canals. These canals work only during the rainy season when the rivers have a plenty of water. Because no dam or barrage is built at their head, their construction cost being low, they also help for reducing the flood water and save the area from many dangers. Many old canals from the Indus and Chenab are of this type. Kares. In Balochistan, short underground canals called kares have been built to carry the water which soaks into the ground at the foot of the mountains to the fields and villages. As the canals are underground, no water is wasted by evaporation. In Quetta and Pishin districts, this system is very popular and a large area of this region is irrigated by the Kares system. Indus Water Treaty. Before the existence of Pakistan, most of the canals of Satluj and Ravi used to come from East Punjab belonging to India. But as a result of partition, the headworks of these canals remained in the share of India and their drained areas became part of Pakistan. So these eastern canals which flow from the Satluj or upper Ravi suffered from a shortage of water and the prosperity of a large areas was threatened. The dispute was eventually resolved through the mediation of the World Bank and other countries. A treaty between India and Pakistan was signed on 19th September 1960. The treaty is known as Indus Water Treaty or Indus Basin Treaty. Terms of treaty. According to this treaty, the flow of the three western rivers of the Indus basin, the Indus, the Jhelum, and the Chenab, will be used exclusively for Pakistan, while the entire flow of the three eastern rivers, the Ravi, the Beas, and the Satluj, will be used by India. Pakistan will arrange the supply of water from its own rivers through link canals for the canals of Ravi and Satluj. According to this plan, two storage dams, five barrages, and one gate siphon, eight link canals, remolding of existing link canals, and some other irrigation works have been built. Dams. The Mangla Dam. Under the Indus Basin Treaty, this is the second largest multi-purpose project designed to control and conserve the floodwater of the Jhelum for use mainly as replacement irrigation supplies for the areas, which was served by the three eastern rivers. On the Jhelum River, near the village of Mangla, about 2 miles upstream from the regulator of the upper Jhelum Canal and about 20 miles from Jhelum town, a dam of the embankment type has been built. The dam has crest length of about 11,000 feet and its height is 380 feet. The reservoir created by the dam is about 40 miles long, having a storage capacity of 5.5 million acre feet. It is the second largest earth-filled dams of our country. The project is providing 4 lakh kilowatts of electricity and 88 lakh acre feet water for irrigation purposes. The Tarbela Dam. This is one of the largest earth and rock filled dam in the world. This dam has been built on river Indus at Tarbela 15 miles from Haripur and 30 miles from Attak. This is also a multi-purpose project. The dam has a gross storage capacity of 11.1 million acre feet. It is 9,000 feet long and 485 feet high. A 50-mile long lake has been built behind it. It will provide 21 lakh kilowatts of electricity and 93 lakh acre feet of water for irrigation when completed. Its construction started in 1968 under Indus Basin Treaty and the dam was completed in 1974. Barrages. According to Indus Basin Treaty, 5 barrages have been built and various link canals have been taken out from these barrages. Chashma Barrage. A barrage has been built on River Indus at Chashma. A link canal has been taken out from the right bank of Chashma, providing water to canals of Jhelum and Chenab. Link canals. There are many canals that are linked with these barrages and rivers. The Rasool Kadrabad, Kadrabad Baloki, the Baloki Suleiman Ki link, the Chashma Jhelum link canal, Terumu Sindnai link canal, the Sindnai Malsi Bahawal link, the Tonsa Panjnad link canal. Waterlogging and salinity. In canal irrigated areas of our country, due to careless use of water, a great deal of harm to the lands is being faced. The water in unlined canals is seeping through the soil, which has raised the water table. So, those soils have become waterlogged and useless for cultivation. The waterlogging is considered as one of the worst diseases of lands. Besides, in some areas of high water table, soil water evaporates in the hot sun, leaving deposits of salts on the ground. This disease of land is known as salinity. These layers of salt make the land unproductive because it becomes impossible for plant life to grow. The diseases of waterlogging and salinity are spreading in canal irrigated areas of Pakistan at a very great speed. WAPDA has arranged to carry a comprehensive survey of the Indus Plain under Colombo Plan. According to its report, about 17% of total area of the Indus Plain is poorly drained or waterlogged and about 23% of land is affected by salinity. According to experts, it is estimated that after every hour, about 12 acres of our cultivated land becomes waterlogged and about 1 lakh acres of cultivated lands of our country suffer from salinity and waterlogging every year. Remedies and suggestions. The above mentioned facts show that a vast area of our fertile agricultural lands are becoming waterlogged and saline every year. The dangers of these evils are so great that if they are not checked properly, our country will have to face acute shortage of food grains. To check the spread of waterlogging and salinity, it is essential that the use of canal water should be limited because Adequate drainage and the construction of a network of tube wells are also necessary to reclaim the lands affected by waterlogging and salinity. The pumping of water by tube wells not only lowers the water table besides providing water for irrigation, it helps flush the surface salts down into the earth. Waterlogging and salinity control and reclamation projects. In our country, the work of prevention of waterlogging and reclamation of waterlogged and saline lands is the responsibility of the Department of WAPDA. WAPDA has launched various salinity control and reclamation projects in different areas of Indus Basin. Under the programs, waterlogging and salinity is being checked mainly by installation of tube wells and construction of surface drains. An area of 6.577 million hectares had been protected from waterlogging and salinity up to June 2006. Out of the total affected area of 9.807 million hectares. But out of total waterlogged areas, 4.9 million hectares are severely affected. An area of 0.401 million hectares is expected to be protected during 2006 to 2007 under salinity control and reclamation projects. Program 100 tube wells had been installed during 2005 to 2006, and so many including replacement are estimated to be installed during 2006 to 2007. Thanks for listening. For new videos, don't forget to subscribe my channel. And if you like my videos, please share and like.